Thank you, our Prime Minister. I humble myself before you. Thank you so much for the great things you are doing. Pastor Van, I did not forget you, sir. I greet the house, I greet everybody, the listeners, and honorables are in the house. Prime Minister, you said something this evening about the our if Ojuhu have or if Biafrans have trust people that that maybe that is representing them in US as of 1970 when the war was 1967 when the war was ongoing. If they have people, Biafra could have come today. So it made me to remember one of our Twitter guy that I'm not seeing now. His name is the first I be the last. He made a comment when we are having some kind of discussion earlier last year was that last year. So he said that that maybe God knows something that doesn't want Biafra to come as of that time, because if Biafra could have come that time, maybe Biafra could have been one of these corrupt countries of Africa. What do you say about this, my Prime Minister?
I don't understand your question. What is the question about?
Yeah, the question is, do you think that if Biafra have come to, since 1967 or 1970, could it be one of these corrupt African countries that we have today, or will we be? Are we going to be different if we have existed Nigeria as of that year?
Well, I believe that God knows the best. It was not the right time for Biafra to come. Biafra needed to know the importance of freedom. But that time, I don't think many people knows the importance of freedom. I don't know whether anybody knows what Ojukwu saw, which was the reason for the betrayal. Even today, it is happening, but at least the majority of Biafra and the entire world have come to understand the need for Biafra to stand as a nation. So that time, and a lot of people don't know the importance of freedom, but today they know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister. Thank you so much. I read the mic.
All right, thank you. We go to Obiora. Obiora Otu, over to you.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Um, my honorable PM, I just want to use this opportunity to say that I appreciate what you're doing, and that you're doing a very, very good job, because you're working through the ambit of law, and the battle suits you because you're so knowledgeable about what you're doing. Because I have to say the truth, I was skeptical sometime towards last year about it because of the preceding incident that occurred, people who came on board and didn't go through it through the legal means and the ambit of law as stipulated in the UN Charter and things like that. But you went through it, and you actually had a strategy, because that's the most important thing. If you want to succeed at anything you do in life, you must have a strategy, a structured strategy where you're going to work on. So, and I've been following, listening, watching what's going on, and there is one thing that resonated with me so much about this whole thing, because there is this famous quote that says that truth passes through three phases. The first phase of truth is that it is being ridiculed. It will be ridiculed. The second one is it will be violently opposed, and the third one it is accepted as being self-evident. You know, um, the struggle started many years ago, which we all know that Ojukwu sowed the seed. But the way they went about it at that time was really wrong, because the laws were there or are still there on how to go about things that you want if you want a seed nation. Countries have visited nations. People have led the struggle. Wars has been fought violently, and no peaceful means to attain their freedom, because I feel it's either freedom or death comes to this. So, but what I'm saying is that what I want to say now is this: I just want everything that you are going to be doing and everybody that's going to be working with you, people that must be based on one thing. It must be based on the principles of truth. It must be based on truth. Mind you, and you have to be forewarned. And I want to put it as a reminder to you as well that you have to be forewarned. There are enemies within. You might probably not be conquered from outside. You might probably be conquered from inside. And if everything that you're going to be doing is built on nothing but truth, and everybody around you understand that it is either truth or you are out. If you're not in the boat to tell the truth, because I feel that the birth of Biafra is going to be a new civilization. It's going to be a birth of a new civilization. You know, because if at the end of the day, after all this fight, after all this struggle, after all these things we are doing, and we descend to the level of the state or the countries around us, which we are trying to, because for me, I think we're going to be a whole new example to what Africa, to what is possible in Africa. That should be the vision. So everybody that is on board, home or abroad, who is going to be part of the government, both in homeland and in exile, or who is going to be having a function or a responsibility to carry out, everything must be on truth. And for you to attain freedom and for you to be successful, you have to be ruthless. You have to be ruthless. What I mean by being ruthless is this: whoever is not on the boat with you have to be thrown into the sea. But you have to be open and let people know this is what we are going to. This is what we are going to, so that everybody will know that yes, we are fighting. It's either we burn our boat and get where we're going to, or we'll perish there. So we're going to fight to the last. So what I'm trying to say, in essence, is this: I want to commend you wholeheartedly for what you're doing, because it's not an easy task. You've dedicated yourself to this, and I also want to implore you that you ensure that you are being guided by the truth and nothing but the truth, because God in his infinite mercy will always protect you when he sees that you are being guided by the truth. And that truth, what I mean is for the interest and the protection of the people that you are fighting for. This is not about you. This is not about you. So the people that you are fighting for must see the reason why, must see the reason to always back and support you, to know that you are fighting for their cause. Because if there is some kind of the level of secrecy and people begin to doubt or question, what he's doing, because there is a whole lot of propaganda mess, whatever it is going on. He's cashing out with people. He's cashing out with the stupid folks. I know that people will come up with different things. But I just want to encourage you, and I also want to forewarn you to be aware of people you surround yourself with, and to also be guided by the truth and nothing by the truth in anything you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be example of what's possible. And given your level of exposure and where you've been and things like that, you know that we can achieve what we see in Europe. What we see in Europe, where we are, we can achieve that in the homeland, and even better, because we've got the resources. We're intelligent people. We're entrepreneurial in nature. We're hardworking people. God has blessed us with everything that we need. So what the question now is, what are we going to do with what we have, or what God has blessed us with? So I want to encourage you to be guided by the truth. Select people who are ready to work for the people, and then God will guide us and protect us, and hopefully we'll get to where we want to go to. Thank
Allow the
you.
PM to respond to your talk. You have said to him so many things.
Yes, I want you to understand that those shouting about cashing out is what they have done in the Biafra struggle. I want you to look at where we started and where we are. These are people that were sitting in millions of dollars. There is no gun. There is no anything anywhere. It was just go out of the street, kill police, collect their gun. Nothing. Everybody know it. But we don't, the more the reason they are doing these things is so that we'll come and start talking. Everybody knows, if you have followed this struggle, you know what has happened in the past. But I'm not here for that. So those people that are shouting those nonsense are the people that were actually using the Biafra as a career. Today we have weapons, sophisticated weapons, and we have men. And we still need more. It is never enough. Even Ukraine is still looking for money to buy weapons. So our own is that with the little we have, we'll continue to buy and buy and buy to defend until we have our freedom and we have recognition. And then we continue to build our security and our military and our defense system. So defense is something that takes a lot of money. And of course, what they are trying to do is if somebody like me doesn't have iron skin, for example, they will do just like I've done every other person. They think that with that, I'm going to run and start hiding. I'm going to leave Biafra alone and Biafra struggle and then run away because, oh, they're attacking me, they are calling me names and all that. No. I knew that is going to be what they would do. And I was prepared. I came prepared. That's why if you are a woman, you come to leave your house and your husband and don't come to attack someone, I will give it to you. I don't look that you are a woman because if you come to attack me, it means your womanhood has been removed. I would just treat you like every other person. If you want to be gentle and respect yourself, I will respect you. This is a struggle that have taken human lives. I don't know whether you understand that. So anybody can say anything. It's not my business. What we are doing is in the public. There is nothing to hide. I don't hide anything except some agreement with notable people and government that I don't need to make public. But those who want me to make whatever we are dealing with them public, I make it public. This is a struggle for freedom, for Christ's sake. There is nothing to hide. We are not doing the thing that we say, oh, if I say it now, you go and block it. If you block it, it means that it never meant to work in the first place. So everything we are doing today is in the public. The only thing that is not in the public is something that has to do with security of our people, and of course, something that has to do with international security and contact. Then it's not going to be public. But anything that has to do with this Biafra, how to get Biafra, how to defend our land, it is in the public. We're not hiding it. So you judge by yourself. So anybody coming to say Simon Ekpa be open or Simon Ekpa, the person is not telling himself or herself truth. What open do you want me to be? You want me to tell you how I sleep and snore in my bed? Before you know I'm telling you the truth. I don't know. If that's what you're expecting, my brother, you wait till that can come. But anything that has to do with this Biafra, you are going to have it. It is in the public domain. So you can judge if you have followed this particular space from the beginning, you can judge from what other people have done in the past and what we are doing today. And then you can be the judge. From that, if you are convinced, you join. If you don't convince, we'll wait for you somewhere where we'll use tax. We'll use taxation to barb your hair. Thank you for not supporting Biafra.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
PM.
Mm-hmm.
PM.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know we have the at least best air defense system than Iran?
They don't have
Israel went to Iran and came back with testimony. And Nigeria will come to us and and they go back with the lamentation.
They don't have idea. They don't have idea of that. They don't have idea.
All right, we go to Veteran Dragon.
Good evening. Yeah, thank you, my Honorable Minister of Information, Mazi Akbarawa, Honorable Akbarawa. Thank you so much. And the Deputy Minister, Raphael, I salute you. I salute all the ministers on space. My Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, I salute you. I stand in attention and I salute you in the military way. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't listen to your opening speech, so I will go back later to listen to what you said. There is something I want to mention. I've never shivered or worried or bothered either during the Civil War or now, but there was a time I really shivered in this struggle, and I want to mention it. That was when you said you were looking for 20 million votes. The thing really bothered me. I said, where are we going to get 20 million votes? I said, why didn't you ask for, since we were trying to match 4 million, why didn't you ask for 7 million, 8 million? You asked for 20 million votes. Hey, that thing really pushed me. I was very, very uncomfortable. But alas, at the end, we are having over 50 million votes mandating you to go on. and give us Biafra. 50 million votes. You really surprised me. You really surprised me. And I want to sing a song, which is a familiar song you've been singing. Let me just sing it because after you announced 50 million votes, I said, wow, you are too much. And God is with you. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ọ na-eme ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume. Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. Ọ bụrụ na ọ bụghị Simon, gịnị ka anyị ga-eme n'elu ụwa nke a? Gịnị ka anyị ọ bụrụ na ọ bụghị Simon, gịnị ka anyị ga-eme n'elu ụwa nke a? Gịnị ka anyị ga-eme? My Prime Minister, I thank you. I can't ask you a question. What am I going to ask you? I am following everything you are doing. I'm listening to you. Now you have spoken to us. God will now give me grace. I can now sleep well. I even want, if he can be talking to us every day. I mean, that will be healing to my body. So thank you so much for what you are doing. We are with you. We are looking forward to December 2nd, when we are going to redeclare our sovereignty. And then we generate that document, which will be signed by delegates. The document that will become an instrument that Biafra has been redeclared. Thank you so much. Your template is touch not. It's unbeatable. Nigeria is dead. The funeral is about to be conducted. We will all be there to have the service of songs and finally bury Nigeria. Thank you so much for what you are doing for us.
Thank you, veteran. We go to Tosi. Tosi with Elon Musk's photo on your profile. Over to you.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. I'm so honored to be here among the honorable men here. I have some few questions to ask as a young and vibrant Biafran citizen. I'm just 23, and I'm very interested in history stuff and all those things. So, though my question is nothing related to what has been discussed here or anything, but I have some few things bothering me, which I would like to be cleared of, like to know what is really happening and to know what I'm about to fight for, to know what the freedom is all about. Like, I've been watching so many news online, I've been following history all over the world, and Israel is one of the countries that are similar to what Nigeria is doing to Biafra people. Then, when I come across Biafran flag, seeing it standing next to Israel flag, it bothers me a lot. So I want to know what Biafra has in common with Israel. That's my first question. Please, people should just pardon my manners or anywhere I start to ask the question, but I need to be clear about this to know what we are fighting for and to know what I'm fighting for too, because I need that freedom. I need it, and I can fight to the last drop of my blood to get it. You understand? So that's what I just want to know.
All right, you want to know the relation between Biafra and Israel.
Yeah.
All right, so Biafra, in as much as I wouldn't want to go into religious teaching and cultural or origin. Biafra people are believed to be the Jews, the lost tribe of Israel, just like you have them in other parts of Africa as well, in Ethiopia, for example. Unfortunately, our Ethiopia has been recognized by Israel, and they even have free access to Israel. They can travel to Israel and all that. Our own has been meeting brick wall because of the Ishmael descendant in Nigeria that the British forcibly joined us together, which is the northern.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as it is hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, go ahead and subscribe. Let's go down to the information of the day. Simon Ekpa says Biafra will respect United Nations rights and treaties. This is coming from the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa Wanjoku, as he met with some United Nations dignitaries while he was answering some questions. He concluded that Biafra government will respect the United Nations right treaties, that Biafra will not become a nation of indiscipline, but rather Biafra is going to become one of the best nations in the world, very law-abiding, and the rest of them, as he was discussing with United Nations dignitaries. Of course, you know that Simon Ekpa, his name is in the first of his kind, is the one who has made Biafra to become as popular, even though that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done a lot of works. And of course, you know that there is this Igbo proverb that says that while we stand on the shoulder of our fathers, we can see taller. As Ekpa is standing on the shoulder of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where Kanu stopped, he has been growing taller and has decided not to stop. The other time it was with United Nations Congress, and now it is with the other time it was with American Congress, US Congress, and now it is with United Nations. Let's go down to the full detail of the information. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa, said it will back all United Nations human rights treaties in its coming Biafra Declaration Convention. Ekpa, who disclosed this in an X space meeting yesterday, maintained that supporting all UN treaties on human rights is sufficient to amplify the continued marginalization of the Nigerian government against Biafra and its people in the Southeast region. He noted that Biafrans have been under attack in the history of Nigeria since 1967. He alleged that the continued marginalization of the Igbos in the Southeast by the Nigerian government is the sole reason for self-rule. That Biafra government to assent to all United Nations human rights treaties during the convention. We are agitating for Biafra independence due to the persistent marginalization by the Nigerian government, he said. This comes as Ekpa announced November 28th to December 2024 for the Biafra Declaration. Recall that since 2021, Nnamdi Kanu has been under detention by the Nigerian government over Biafra agitation. Southeast governors, groups from the region, and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, have vigorously drummed support for the release of Kanu as panacea to peace in the region. Senators from the Southeast region had also met with the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi San, to demand the release of the IPOB leader. After the meeting, the lawmakers resolved to approach President Bola Tinubu to beg for Kanu's freedom. I don't see as it happen. Ekpa has made it known that since 1967, that Ndi Igbo has been marginalized. Please, what do you have to say on that comment? Can you drop your comment on the comment section? Let me know what you think on what Ekpa said, that Ndi Igbo has been marginalized since 1967. Remember that immediately after the war, Gowon, the then head of state, declared no victor, no vanquish. And that was when the 3DR came up, rehabilitation, reconstruction, and rebuilding. And of course, this was supposed to be mainly on the part of Ndi Igbo. Because if we talk about people who lost a lot of things during the Nigeria Biafra Civil War, it was Igbos because they lost a lot of their properties to the war. And after that, it was reported that the Igbo businessmen and other millionaires who has money in the Nigerian bank account, who could not change their money to pound, Biafra pound, were refunded only £20 immediately after the war. As CDP, another information dropped on my table that separatists killed at least 11 people in southeast Nigeria, Army says. The Nigerian military has said that separatists killed at least 11 people in a sunrise assault on a checkpoint in the country, southeastern Abia State, the latest in a string of raids in the restive region. The attack on Thursday, which the army blamed on the separatist indigenous people of Biafra movement, claimed the life of 6 civilians and 5 soldiers deployed at the Obikabia Junction in the city of Aba. According to the defense spokesperson, Major General, the military will be fierce in its response. We will bring overwhelming military pressure on the group to ensure their total defeat, said the military head. IPOB, which want a separate state for the ethnic Igbo people in the southeast Nigeria, denied it was behind the attacks. We condemn the attack on military on duty in Aba, spokesman Emma Powerful said, blaming political motivated criminals. The attack took place as the region commemorated the people who died in a result of 3-year civil war, which broke out on May 30th, 1967, after Igbo army officers declared an independent Biafra state. More than 1 million people died in the conflict, mostly from starvation. IPOB said it has issued a strict order for people to remain indoors on so-called Biafra Day, adding that it has not struck a time of mourning. All right. Welcome back. I'm bringing you some information to let you know if you can be able to be the judge by yourself and say why you feel that the Biafran has been so much marginalized by the government of Nigeria. The Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Simon Ekpa, who's Trump to endorse Biafra independence. Simon Ekpa has called on President Trump to stand for the Biafrans and also to help the Biafrans to achieve their independence. As it be, you don't share millions of dollars meant for Boko Haram fight invested in U.S. luxury estate tied to ex-Nigerian security advisor Sambo Dasuki allies. You don't share. A new report released by the platform to protect whistleblowers in Africa has revealed that the former National Security Advisor Sambo Dasuki invested millions of dollars in American luxury real estate. Dasuki was previously charged with diverting billions of naira meant for the fight against Boko Haram insurgents during former President Goodluck Jonathan's administration. The PPLAAF report stated that tens of millions alleged misappropriated by the former minister. You know, Shelley, tens of millions alleged misappropriated by Dasuki ended up funding luxury properties in Los Angeles, California, MC Lynn, Virginia, and wealthy suburb of Washington, D.C. The PPLAAF stated that it examined thousands of pages of property deeds, corporate filings, bank records, and documents from both Nigeria and the U.S. tracing funds to high-end properties purchased by Dasuki close associates Rabat and Mimi Oshodin. The report stated that records indicate that the Oshodin received at least $27 million from Dasuki office and invested similar sum in U.S. real estate. Our investigation shows how the fight for accountability in Nigeria is undermined when nations like the US ignore corruption. It's a grave issue when those entrusted to protect citizens siphon public money for personal luxury, stated Jimmy Candy, PPLAAF West African Director. The US can and should do more, both morally and legally, Candy added. Recall that in 2018, under former President Muhammadu Buhari, Nigerian authorities alerted the US Department of Justice about the allegation involving Dasuki and the Oshodins, urging them to track the money trail. Despite this, the Oshodins continue to acquire and sell properties. Alright, we now don't see what in the government they do with our money. But now here, I got to wind them down. Thank you for listening. God bless you.